This podcast is for entertainment purposes only and does not constitute professional advice. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed are the speaker's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of their affiliated organizations.
Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Ready to Connect. I'm Ryan.
I'm Lisa.
I'm Heather.
And today we're going to be talking about the Claircognizance. Is that right? Okay, good. Just checking.
It's known as clear knowing. Yep.
Yes. Yep. But before we get into that, we like to share, maybe something that we've done recently, something outside of the podcast. Who wants to share first? Does anyone have anything to share? Something interesting that you did or came across?
Nothing too spiritual happened this weekend, but we did witness somebody riding the new, it looks like a surfboard, but it has a really long fin on it. And so when you lean forward, it sails you faster. And when you lean backwards, it just lays flat in the water.
Wow.
It's like a moving surfboard, but it's designed for like sailing. So we were at the backside of Fort Adams and there was a whole bunch of people out there on these boards. They're so cool, but I would imagine you need a lot of core strength, which don't have. But it was really neat to watch because they're literally a surfboard with like this super long fin, like a sailing fin.
Wow.
So nothing spiritual, but it was really cool to see that and see them all out there. And then a bunch of people were out there parasailing with the boards.
Oh, wow.
They use like the, like a skateboard style, and then they have the sails, and they were out there in the bay.
Mm-hmm.
That's so fun to watch too.
You also had that experience, though. You told me that you and Kyle started singing the same song at the same time.
Oh, I thought I told that on the last podcast.
No, the last podcast you said you heard the same sound. You heard the same song.
On a different day. So yeah,
Oh.
It did happen. You're right.
Yeah.
I apologize. Yes. I went into the house to grab a drink, and all of a sudden I just busted out singing, and like right at the same time it was Blueberry Hill song, which isn't really my genre, but like I just started busting out, singing on Blueberry Hill, and at the same time Kyle started singing it, and when I heard him I was like, what is going on right now? You're right. I forgot about that.
Wow.
It was really cool though. We don't know where it came from. Again, we're having these auditory experiences. We're not able to, even after questioning when it happens, like, who is it? We don't know who it is, but it just seems to keep channeling through us, and they're using music apparently, which is kind of fun. But yeah, I'm not I can't really sing Blueberry Hill correctly, but like I tried.
I immediately went to, it happened at 10:10, so October 10th. What's happening?
Yep.
What's going on? I remember that.
Oh, see, you remember better than I do. I must have drank too much this
I was going to say, I wasn't drinking. I was having coffee. Boy, that sounded very New York coffee.
Yeah.
It was cool, though. Good thing nobody was recording because it was a horrible rendition of Blueberry Hill, but I'm no Ryan.
That's true.
But at least you had that experience,
cool.
so, which is fascinating.
Yeah. Can't believe I forgot about that, actually.
Yeah.
I immediately texted her. I'm like, what's going on? Who is this? I can't figure it
Yeah.
out.
Well, it's interesting because for some reason, I don't remember now what song it was. Do you? I texted you saying I started singing a certain song which had the word baby in it. And I was at the beach. I remember I was walking back to my car to get something, and I started singing it. And then all of a sudden I thought of her, and I'm like, I wonder if she's singing the same song, but she wasn't. No. I can't remember the name of the song, though.
No.
It was
apparently my memory's not that great this morning. I didn't even remember the weekend.
So this past weekend, and actually going forward, I am blessed with a lot of family things, and one of the things is I get to have my niece Anna with me, and every now and then I get to keep her for either a long weekend, or this time I complained because she had to go back she's in an orchestra for practice. I had to bring her back home for practice. I said, well, I'm coming back the next day to pick her up because she didn't stay, at least a week with me. Come on. So she and we have a lot of fun together. So I get to have Anna hanging out with me. So that's a lot of fun. And we went and decided to taste ice cream around the state. So we've been to
Oh wow.
5 different places. We went first to Hallmark Drive-Thru in Old Lyme.
Mm.
Then we went to Gumdrops and Lollipops in Niantic, Tony D's Creamery in Niantic, Fish Family Farm in Bolton, and yesterday we were at Wentworth Ice Cream in North Haven. And so I've been eating ice cream. That's what I've been
Wow.
doing. And it's been amazing. I've had some really good flavors. My niece is very much the mint chocolate chip gal. She likes to stay with that. And I'm coffee Oreo, I'm malted milk ball. I tasted one flavor called Jack Sparrow,
Okay.
which was rum flavored ice cream with
Ooh.
hermit cookies in it.
Oh,
It was
oh,
divine.
wish I didn't have celiac.
Yeah, it was divine. And then we also got a bit of good news on Sunday. We were sitting around, and my youngest son comes over with his fiance now, and he won the club championship for golf by a lot, which was great. So this is the 4th in a row that he's won, and he's going to get the invite to go to the national club championship. And this year it's in Palm Desert, California.
Wow.
So in the past, they've always asked for us to come in. You know, he likes mom and dad to watch. So I don't know. I might be going to Palm Desert, but we'll see.
Wow.
That'll be fun.
It will be fun, but it's in
Yeah.
the middle of December, and I don't know if I can,
Swing that.
swing that. So we'll see.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's exciting though.
Yeah, so it's been a lot of family stuff. So,
Yeah.
family stuff and ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ice cream part sounds awesome.
It's amazing, and there's one out in Pomfret that we should probably go to as well. If you have any great ice cream suggestions,
Yeah. You got to go to Shady Glen and Yukon Dairy Bar. Those are the local ones here.
She did Yukon Dairy Bar when
When you were there?
she had a week at Yukon for a program, and they went to Yukon Dairy Bar, and she said it was okay.
So there's the Red Barn in Rehoboth, Mass. And the gentleman that owns the Red Barn used to work for Ben and Jerry's.
Oh.
Now he's come back to Massachusetts to create his own creations, and delicious, very
Yeah.
delicious.
We like fish food out of Ben and Jerry's. That's sitting in the freezer right now. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she's had Shady Glen before. Trying to think of other places. There's one out in Pomfret that's on the actual Connecticut Ice Cream Trail.
There's
So
an
there's-
actual.
Yeah.
There's an ice cream trail. There's a pizza trail.
We're both blown
There's
away
a
by
coffee
this.
What?
cafe trail. There's a wine trail, a brewery trail.
Well,
There's a
we've done
trail
the
for
wine
everything.
trail. We've done the
Done
brewery trail.
What did I tell you?
We've done the whiskey trail too, but that's not in Connecticut.
No.
But we need to go.
Yeah.
Ice cream trail. I'm telling you.
I didn't
And
realize
there's
that
a
was
pizza
a
trail
thing.
too, apparently.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, I love road trips.
And of course, I like this. So my niece does read too. She used to be a much avid reader, younger, but teenage years kick in. And so we brought our books with us, and we went to Rocky Neck Beach, and we were sitting there and enjoying the water and the time to read and the sun and stuff. It was good. It's been a good time. So how about you?
Sounds like you've had quite the adventure.
Yeah, it's always fun when whenever I was with my nieces and nephews, it just allows me to be as goofy as I want to be, or just as adventurous or fun loving. You don't have to be mom.
Mm.
When you need to be mom, it can be a little bit different. But
Oh, I totally used my daughter to be stupid, silly, and say crazy things just because she was a kid, so you
Well-
could be like that.
well, saying-
Nobody judges you.
yeah, but saying crazy things are one thing, but saying let's have ice cream for lunch,
Oh yeah,
and ice
totally.
cream for dinner, and ice cream before we have regular food. Your aunt does that, not your mom.
That's a
Yeah.
good point. Yes. I can attest to that as well.
So
Our-
when we made
yeah.
our choices of should we have lunch first or ice cream, and we both looked at each other and goes, no, it's gonna be ice cream.
Yeah.
We'll see if we have room for lunch.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope her
wow.
mom doesn't hear this. My brother would be totally fine with it, but her mom would be like,
Revoked.
well, she's a nutritionist, so
How about you, Ryan?
I don't think I can top the ice cream trip.
No, me
But-
neither.
But something interesting that did happen, actually, just I think it happened. Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. But so the dog that I live with, well, I make it sound like he's my roommate. So my roommate's dog,
He
you know,
is your dog.
yeah. So, um, he's a character, and he has a routine that each time we take him outside, he has to run around and try to find a bone, a toy, or something to bring with him. Like it makes me feel like a child wanting
Yeah.
to bring something with them. And so, and sometimes he'll kind of get like frantic or confused if he can't find the right bone that he really wants to bring. And so the other day, he was doing his thing, like looking around the room, looking for a specific bone, and I was just watching him, and he couldn't find it, and it just came to me. I was like, "Oh, you're looking for that little, it's like a little circular bone that apparently tastes like pumpkin." I'm like, "Okay, you want that?" And I went. It was in my room, and I was like, "Oh, buddy, I'll go get it for you." And then I went and got it for him, and he just gladly took it and ran out. So.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was incredible. That was the first time where it just came to me. I was like, "Oh, that's what you're looking for."
Great.
So,
Well, that goes
yeah.
along
True.
with cognitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, they say that sometimes they just place that right into your head, which is definitely a claircognizant thing.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just yeah. So it was incredible because wasn't expecting that, but then and while I was going to get it, I was like, I don't know if this is what he's really looking for, but that's what I'm thinking, so I'm just going to go get it and find out, and he gladly took it.
He was so happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Definitely claircognizant. We can move right into that if you want.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Claircognizant is known as clear knowing, and it's where, as a psychic, this is one of my stronger gifts. I equate it to just getting people's, or the ones you're trying to spirits, thoughts, and memories just kind of downloaded into your head. It just pops into your brain. You have no clue where it came from. Sometimes it's if you get inspired ideas. If you're one person that goes, oh, I know what we should do without actually ruminating and thinking on it,
I do this to poor Lisa all the time.
it's sort of like a spiritually given thing. A lot of claircognizants are thought to be a little bit like know-it-alls, but not in the bad type of know-it-all. More like, let's go to them; they'll know what to do.
Mm.
And that happens to me a lot, as far as knowing what to do. And it what I rely on is just that idea is going to come right to me, and that's usually spiritually given. And people who are claircognizant are really good at telling when someone's lying. Um,
Our poor kids.
yeah, I know. Sometimes you let the lie slip. Sometimes let it
Yeah.
go. You pick your battles, kind of thing. And the claircognizance plays with a lot of the other clairs. So for me, it will a lot of times couple with clairvoyance, in that I'll get a third eye vision based on the idea that's being put into my head.
Hmm.
So
That's interesting.
yeah, it's an uncanny knowing is how I perceive it, and you just kind of know that that's what it is. I mean, when you said you just knew exactly what he needed, just being given to you,
Mm-hmm.
or if you know the right words to say because it's coming to you. And it also works if you're an empath. It also works with your clairsentience, just knowing when to call or when to show up, those kind of things. So yeah,
But some of the things that we've created together in the business came from a claircognizant point of view. At one point, we were carrying, these keys that you could empower and keep with you and use almost like a worry stone. And that was a big hit because it's what the public need, or what people wanted at that point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Now it just seems to have dissipated, faded away. But like other things we have done, um, were just based off of like a cognizant feeling, and then like the rest of it all just came followed through. It's really cool how that happens. So
yeah, you trust the idea given, and then for me, I fall back on how it feels.
Mm.
So for me, the claircognizance and the clairsentience go hand in hand. So if I get an idea like this should be a something to try, and then I let that sink into my body, that feels right, so I'm going to follow through. Something feels off, so maybe I'm going to talk it through first and see. Maybe that idea isn't totally fleshed out,
Mm-hmm.
and that's up to me to kind of do it.
do you ever like talk to yourself about like should I go do this? If I get there, what's it going to be like? Like sometimes you talk yourself right out of it, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's all cognizance, just kind of reviewing the world going on at the moment, and taking a step back and say, well, what's going to, how do I perceive all this?
Hmm.
Crowds, especially,
Mm.
seeing how the anxiety of being in crowds for me is so big. Like, I rely on that cognizance to remind me that everything's okay.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that's a good idea too.
I would say that of the four main claircognizance for people who are newly developing their gifts or coming into them, they find that one to be the hardest to trust.
Yeah.
Because it's happening within the mind, sometimes people will say, well, I don't know if I just made that up.
Mm-hmm.
So how do I know if it's my imagination versus something that spirit's giving me, like truly claircognizance? And um, the best way I can tell people, I tell them a couple things. Well, first of all, if you have to think it over too much, that is your own thoughts.
Hmm.
Claircognizance is going to be undeniable. It's going to come through and it's going to come out of nowhere and it's just going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's really way off. Like, why would I be thinking of that right now? Kind of thing.
Right.
So that's spiritually given. If you're trying to come up, like we do an exercise, like, if spirit's with us, ask them to give you a color or something like that. And we tell people, if you have to sit there saying, gee, what color should it be? What color should it be? That's your own mind trying to figure that out
Hmm.
rather than just allowing a color to show up, kind of thing, and whatever's given to you.
So, what color did you just see when she said that?
I saw green.
Me too.
Yeah.
She's talking about it, and like colors
Yeah.
are rushing in.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
saw
oh, yeah.
yellow first and then green.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
glad you trusted it, right?
Yeah.
The other thing I tell people is we're always doing inner talk. We're always talking to ourselves. And the one way that you can differentiate between your own inner talk coming from your ego and that coming from, let's say, your guides or spiritual is you're going to talk to yourself in first person. I want to read this book right now. I need to do my chores. I need to, get the laundry out of the dryer. I need to get moving because I have to be here by 9:30.
Hmm.
Whereas your guides or the spiritual element will talk to you in third person or use your name. You should get going. Don't forget you have laundry in the dryer. Those kind of things. So once you start to really kind of listen to that inner speak, you'll be able to differentiate between what's yours and what's spiritually given. And your guides do this all the time within your head. And the more you follow the you should rather than I want, the more likely you're going to have a better day.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So those are the two things I tell people. If you're thinking too long, then it's not claircognizance. It's just going to come to you. And for those people that are taking our classes or our mentorship and wanting to kind of like really develop their gifts to be able to do readings for people and they're claircognizant, you have to trust whatever is given to you and use that information.
It's not supposed to make total sense to you, especially if it's for someone else. Like
True.
if you get a cognizant moment and it's not for you and you're giving that to somebody, it's not supposed to make sense to you. So it's so important to say it because as soon as you say it, that person's going to either recognize it or walk away and then recognize it later on too. So that it works in so many different ways.
For an example, I had a young girl that had come to me, young, like in their 20s. Everything's young to me. I'm the old lady of the group here. And she wanted to connect with her aunt who had passed on. And I kept seeing a banana, like, the old, like, slapstick slip on a banana peel and fall down.
Yeah.
And I kept seeing that. And like, this is the weirdest thing. Like, why would an aunt come through with that? So I told her about it and she just started laughing and laughing and laughing. She goes, that actually happened when I was with my aunt. And it was the funniest thing ever. So we talk about that all the time.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, if I didn't tell her that, she would have had that wonderful memory to revisit.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just proof that someone is there,
Mm-hmm.
talking to you. Those kind of things happen all the time. So yeah, if it seems out of step, like let's say for example, your dog, we're gonna call it your dog, showed you a pumpkin in your head. Would you have thought of that bone?
Not at first, no.
Okay.
I would have just said pumpkin.
Pumpkin,
But,
yeah.
yeah.
But you would have put two and two together.
Yeah.
So
So did you think pumpkin or see pumpkin?
I just
taste pumpkin.
I randomly had the thought of that specific
Yeah,
bone
just boom.
that and it's literally just because he chewed the rest of it, so it's just the end of it. And I had that specific thought of, okay, that's what he wants.
Yeah.
And
just came to you.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just came to me.
So you saw it. So yeah.
Yeah,
It's just something
yeah.
that you need to follow
So-
through with.
But it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Another thing that happens with claircognizance is a lot of times we do something called automatic writing.
Mm.
So those ideas can get pushed through your pen or your hands on a keyboard. Maybe you're drawing something out and you're not necessarily thinking I need to draw this or I need to write this, but that's what comes out.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've done that quite often early on in our business. You wouldn't catch me doing a reading without a sketchbook in my hand, and I would draw a lot of things out.
Oh.
I brought some of it today too
Okay.
that I had, and actually, Heather had done this. This was claircognizant.
That's all claircognizant, and then I was able to find it and actually put it all together.
Wow.
So these are they're water runes. They came to me. They're all different symbolizations from an old language that I was picking up on.
Mm-hmm.
And it had everything to do with like water and ocean and
Wow.
very connective to Lisa because she loves the beach and whatnot. So I was able to draw all these out through the claircognizance, but then I wanted to back it up, right? Like,
Right.
why am I drawing these symbols? Why?
Yeah.
What do they mean? And I was able to go and start doing research, and thankfully for the internet, I was able to find all these symbols.
Wow.
I was able to find how to throw these runes and read them.
Yeah.
And I think we ended up putting them on tiles, right? And then you were able to use them as an actual rune set because it had everything there for it. So yeah, this is
Wow.
another kind of claircognizance. This isn't the only one I did. There was another one that I did. It was all stars, like different stars.
That's interesting.
And I was able to do some research, and I found in a really, really old book, like one that's no longer in print, an antique book, and I was able to find that system, and it was so cool because like that that was more for me, where the water, like the ocean, was more for her, even though I love the beach, but
Yeah.
like that was resonating with me. I was able to find what each point was, and it's cool. It's cool, and you know, your guides can like open up your world, and you can actually channel that, onto the paper. And we
Right.
have so many different. Have you ever done that, like in your doodlings, Brian? Like where you're just drawing symbolism, and then later on, like that symbol pops up or something. You see it somewhere. You're like,
Yeah.
oh no, I've recognized that.
There was something when I was in high school that I drew, and I was just kind of doodling in my notebook type of thing, and then I did see it later on, but I forgot exactly what it was because it was a long time ago. But yeah, I have had something similar like that happen. But mostly I just get like song lyrics or melodies that just pop into my head at
That seems
times.
to be my theme
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
That's your claircognizance. Like,
Yeah.
pop in, it works with your clairaudient.
Right. Also in high school, actually, let me backtrack. So what we're showing today, can we put them on social media
Yeah,
as
no,
well?
I
So
So
I
that
that,
brought it
all
all.
are-
We
yeah.
can leave it for social.
Okay.
We'll get it up on the stories and stuff. One of
Yeah.
the things that happened early on in our business, our friendship and our
Mhm.
business, I always have sketchbooks around and things like that. And
Sure.
I don't know, I was sitting quiet in meditation and I kept drawing. It'll be hard to see on the film, but we'll put up on stories this eye.
Oh wow.
Right? And I'm like, this eye, and I would kept seeing it, and it kept coming to me, and then I said, show me more. So then it got a little bit more detailed, and I'm like, I still don't get what this eye is all about, but I felt like there was power behind it.
Mhm.
And then I got this full-on face of a dragon,
Wow.
and then the body of the dragon, and then I finally told Heather about it. She goes, oh yeah, I've been sending you my red dragon, or I forget the color of your dragon.
Red.
Yeah, my red dragon to protect you. And I'm like,
Wow.
yeah.
That's so cool.
At the time, early in our business, we had some people that they didn't necessarily want us to work together. So
Oh.
that dragon was there to protect me.
Mm-hmm.
And, some other things. Often I will draw people's faces will come. I've drawn all the faces of my guides.
Oh, wow.
And I drew their faces before I knew their names.
Mm.
And I cannot find those for the life of me. I can't find those sketches anywhere.
Maybe on the bookcase in the healing room.
I looked through there. I looked through all my
You'll probably
sketches.
find them when you're not looking for them.
Correct.
That's what happens.
Or maybe you'll have a claircognizant moment.
Maybe.
Yeah, there we go. Tie-in. Yeah.
But, these are some other examples of drawings that have come out during readings or my own
Wow.
meditations. And then just for fun, I decided to dabble in automatic writing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sitting at my keyboard because I type faster than I write. And I decided to do an automatic writing session there. And the way that I have that particular session, it makes no sense to anybody but me. But yeah, it was a conversation having with my guide.
Wow.
And at the time, I was still in my program to get a master's degree, and just feeling really stretched in my time between business, master's degree, and family, and just kind of like, and it helped. So, yeah, just so automatic writing becomes one of the practices or tools of a claircognizant, I think, because those things just get plopped in.
Well, I find like automatic writing, like there's something like internally like scratching at me, like I need to say something or I need to do something or I need something, but I can't figure it out. So like sometimes I'll just sit down with a pad and I'll say, give me keywords, and just you start writing keywords where you can build the picture and get rid of that kind of itchy feeling of like, I know I'm supposed to like do something or go do or whatever, right? And like, so automatic writing becomes nice. You don't have to do automatic writing nowadays. I mean, you could turn the voice recorder on your phone.
That's true.
And just start talking. You may even get an EVP if you do it that way as well, instead of just writing it down, what you hear or feel or see, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You may actually get the EVP on a voice recording, which is really cool too. So if you have, most of us all have smartphones now where you could download that recorder. Have you ever had something like that happen where like you knew you needed something, but it couldn't find what it was?
Yeah. Sometimes I tend to get that feeling when it comes to like writing songs. Like I'll get that feeling of I have to write down this lyric. But before I get to that point of writing down that lyric, I do feel that feeling of like I have to do something, and then it comes in the form of like a phrase or a word, and then I write it down, and then I feel better. So.
Exactly. And you don't feel better until you like actually like get it there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm the same
Right.
way.
Yeah.
That's your claircognizant and your clairsentient working together,
Mhm.
And that happens all the time for me. Sometimes spirit will channel. For me, the automatic writing is spirit channeling through me and moving the pen or moving my fingers. And I remember very clearly one of the sessions in our master's program, we had all of the cohorts of the integrative health and healing together, and all of us. It was big, and I remember taking notes, and I was really, really tired because I was also running Project Graduation for East Catholic, and I think I had just come off the full all-nighter, and then I had to go to class, and I was trying to take notes, and I'm right-handed, and luckily my class members know what I do and everything. And I remember, and often when you're with people and if you're very tired, it becomes harder to keep the boundary between spirit and whatever. And I always had the thing when I'm learning, no, I'm not going to entertain. And so I remember some elderly woman wanting to connect. I'm like, no, I'm at class. No, I'm at class. And I was so tired, and I had no clue this happened until the guy next to me goes, what just happened to you? And I'm like, what are you talking about, Mike? And he goes, what just happened to you? My whole hand went like this, like if I was left-handed, you know how left-handed sometimes have that
Yeah,
kind
yes,
of
I'm
right.
left-handed. I know
Do
that.
you? Because my mother would write like that instead of
So-
like this way, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so, yeah.
So my whole hand turned like this, and I wrote something in penmanship that's not mine.
Oh, wow.
And he goes, and he pointed to my notebook, and he told me what I did. I'm like, I had no memory of it. And clearly it said, "You'll take my message whenever I want to give it," basically is what it said. And I'm like, okay,
Wow.
whatever. Like,
Wow.
yeah, no, I'm just really tired. I have no clue that I did that. Just, I'll tell you later kind of thing. Let's
Wow.
pay attention.
Slips in.
It slips
Yeah.
in. And she channeled through, and that would be like an automatic writing situation.
I feel like now that you're mentioning something like that, I feel like I had something similar like that happen in uh high school. Well, a couple of things happened in high school with automatic writing. There was one time I don't remember which class it was. I guess that's okay. It's not the point of the story. But the point of the story was we were taking a test, and I don't know. I zoned out. Something happened, and I just started writing the answers. Then when a week later we got the test back, and I was like, oh, I got this wrong? Like I knew the answer. It's because I wrote the answer in French, even
Oh.
though it was probably like for history or something.
You know French?
I wasn't good at French. I took like 2 classes, but I
Yeah.
wasn't good at it. And so like I could read it, but I couldn't. I had a hard time speaking it and like hearing it.
That's
But at least I could read it. But I don't remember writing the answer in French. I wrote like a whole sentence and like
wow.
so yeah, it was crazy. I got it wrong, but like probably because the teacher may not have been able to read French. But and then another time that it happened, I was in math class, and the teacher was just giving some examples of we were solving problems and whatnot, and this teacher in particular, he had a habit of literally talking out loud like every number that he was saying and things like that. And my friends near me were noticing. It got to the point where I was saying the numbers before he even wrote them down, before he even said them. And then they were like, Ryan, like, what are you doing? This is crazy. Like, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm just saying them out loud, like, before he's even writing them.
That's
So
awesome.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah, bring that back, right?
Yeah.
Now that you're thinking about it, you can bring that forward again.
Yeah.
I like how claircognizance can play too. Like it can be fun. We're big rummy card players. We love playing rummy. We can spend hours doing it. And I love when spirit just like tells you to hold on to a particular card
Mm.
and then you hold on to it and then you go out and you realize after you flip the last card over, after you go out, that that person needed that card, even
Oh,
though you
yeah.
weren't deliberately sandbagging.
Yep.
Like it just made sense to hold on. It's fun how they can be playful as well, not just serious, you know?
Right. Right.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it happens all the time. I get
Yeah.
accused of being sandbagger when I'm not. I'm just listening. Just listening. Unlike some people we play with who cheat really badly.
Oh.
Kyle.
Are you listening?
Yeah. Fun. Fun. All right, so
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there were any other examples or anything else about claircognizance. I do know that there have been many people who have written, and they will tell you, they have written books using automatic writing. It's a
Yes.
claircognizant
Yeah.
moment. Some of our
songs.
visionaries in our world that have had amazing ideas have been claircognizants. They get these inspired ideas. I'm trying to remember which one. I don't want to misspeak. You know, uh, that have had their ideas for their business that have become billionaires based on an idea that was just kind of given to them,
Mm.
and they'll credit that to like that just came to me. And so how did it come to you? Why were you the one to get
Yeah.
that kind of thing? I know that I have done a book through automatic writing. I could not find it. That's somewhere with sketches. I don't know.
It's probably packed away because of
Yeah.
the house.
Um,
That all happened before your foundation crumbled. So
Yeah. So, I do know that's happened to people. I'm sure there are people that have written songs that way too, all just given.
well, the mentorship, one of the mentorships classes I wrote, I would say one of the mentorship classes I wrote came from the cognizance of my own soul
Oh, wow.
because I based that one of the mentorship classes that I'm launching off of how everybody that I've known in my life deals with a certain, empowerment and trauma and being pulled down and brought back up. And like, I had a clear conversation with not my ego, with my soul. And it helped me write that class so that or mentorship, if someone comes in, they're probably going to feel that, they're going to recognize that because I have been through it, or it was really cool. It ended up, I wanted it to be like much shorter, and it ended up being really long. So
Oh,
like,
wow.
but like when you look through it, you're like, you're so grateful that your soul spoke up,
Yeah.
because like you suppressed certain things that helped you, or helped you over the hurdle, or brought you back to take a look at your path.
Hmm.
So I think people should really listen to their claircognizance and learn how to develop, and there is ways to do that. It's exciting.
Yeah, it
Go
really
ahead.
is.
All right, affirmation time.
Sure.
Or do we have any questions?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I would actually love for everybody listening to this to like definitely give us ice cream places,
Yeah.
or anybody listening that has claircognizance. We'd love to hear like your experience with claircognizance, because everybody's going to do it so differently,
Yes.
yet the same. So I'd love to see other people's, you know, what they've done.
I would too.
Let's see. Okay.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I got this one before. It kind of seems familiar. I am a magnet for divine prosperity.
Oh, I like that.
That's a nice one.
I think I had that one.
Oh, yeah, maybe you had it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah, what do you got, Lisa?
I have, as your faith is strengthened, you will find that there is no longer the need to have a sense of control, that things will flow as they will, and that you will flow with them to your great delight and benefit. So basically, I think that means what will be, and just go with that flow, right?
Sure. Mine is true happiness involves the full use of one's power and talents. I love it.
Yeah.
I love
Nice.
it. That's a good lead off from the mentorship program that I was just talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Very much so. Yeah.
Yes.
Good affirmation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good affirmation.
Yep.
All right. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And join us again when we are our next episode. We will be talking about the last three clairs or psychic gifts of clairalience, clairgustance, and clairtangency. And until then,
I'm Ryan,
I'm Lisa.
I'm Heather.
and this is Ready to Connect. Thank you for tuning in to Ready to Connect. If you're interested in exclusive behind-the-scenes content, be sure to like, share, and follow us on social media by searching for Ready to Connect Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And for those looking to further support our podcast, consider subscribing to our Patreon at patreon.com/readytoconnectpodcast. And until next time, get ready to connect.